Jehovah's Witnesses are told repetitiously by the Watchtower Society that they maintain strict neutrality during the times of national conflict. Notice the Insight Book, Volume 2, under the heading War. Christians have always maintained strict neutrality as to fleshly warfare between nations, groups, or factions of any kind. The July 1st, 2008 Watchtower article, Why Do Jehovah's Witnesses Not Go to War? Jehovah's Witnesses, wherever they live, have a long history of abstaining from carnal warfare between nations or between combatants within the same nation. Jehovah's Witnesses maintain a strict neutrality in time of war, noted the Australian Encyclopedia half a century ago. January 15, 2004 Watchtower article, Jehovah is Great in Loyal Love. Jehovah's Witnesses around the world saw the need to maintain strict neutrality in the affairs of the warring nations. This brought upon them the wrath of governments on both sides of that 6-year conflict, in reference to World War II. Now, notice the August 22nd, 1995 Awake article entitled The Evils of Nazism Exposed. We're going to look at what was going on with Jehovah's Witnesses just prior to World War II. It states, in the 1920s, as Germany struggled to recover from its defeat in World War I, Jehovah's Witnesses were busy distributing tremendous amounts of Bible literature. Not only did this offer comfort and hope to the German people, but it alerted them to the rising power of militarism. Between 1919 and 1933, the Witnesses delivered an average of 8 books, booklets, or magazines to each of the approximately 15 million families in Germany. The Golden Age and Consolidation magazines, these are the precursors to the Watchtower and Awake magazines being distributed today, often drew attention to the militaristic stirrings in Germany. In 1929, more than 3 years before Hitler came to power, the German edition of the Golden Age boldly stated, National Socialism is a movement that is acting directly in the service of man's enemy, the devil. On the eve of Hitler's taking power, the Golden Age of January 4, 1933 said, there looms forth the menacing promontory of the National Socialist movement. It seems incredulous that a political party so insignificant in its origin, so heterodox in its policies, can, in the space of a few years, develop into proportions that overshadow the structure of a national government. Yet Adolf Hitler and his National Socialist Party, the Nazis, have accomplished this rare feat. So my question for you is this. Does this sound like Jehovah's Witnesses were behaving in a neutral way? Does this sound like strict neutrality? If the nations go to war today and Jehovah's Witnesses begin distributing propaganda speaking against governmental movements, would that be considered strict neutrality? Would the witnesses be being put to death the way the Watchtower Society expresses it? This brought upon them the wrath of governments on both sides of that 6-year conflict. Was it strict neutrality that brought the wrath of governments upon Jehovah's Witnesses? Or was it propaganda speaking against movements like National Socialism that brought the wrath of the governments upon Jehovah's Witnesses? Please get back to me with an answer. I'm curious to what you have to say. Ciao.